Hey, welcome back everybody. This is another TTM video. We get autographs TTM through the mail. We've got 7 in the box. Let's get to it. We're sending our favorite athletes and celebrities cards and photographs through the mail. This one's coming from Tampa, Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida, Florida. First one up. Double stamp too. There's Gary Cuozzo. And did sign the duplicates, 273s. This was a testimonial card that he had signed, that he had sent previously on a previous TTM request. And I said, that would look great with ink. So I went ahead and sent that as well as the 2 cards. And he was nice enough to sign John 3:16, Acts 4:12, and Ephesians 2:8 and 9. That's pretty cool. You can read his testimony there. Just pause, go back and read that. Here at Cuozzo. Had the unfortunate, or maybe fortunate, backup 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks in the course of his career. 84 years old now. He played 10 seasons, 63 to 72. And he backed up Johnny Unitas with the Colts, future Hall of Famer, and future Hall of Famer Fran Tarkenton with the Vikings. How about that? And one time Unitas was injured. He threw a team record, NFL record actually, 5 touchdowns in one game. So he had some talent. He was just sitting behind some superb talent, Hall of Fame talent in front of him. And he became an orthodontist after his playing days. Gary Cuozzo, nice. How many days is that? 2 weeks there. 14, 15, 16, 17 days, no fee. Gary Cuozzo. Los Angeles, California up next. The wheels at the post office had their fun with this one. Los Angeles, California. There's John Curtis with that funny looking signature of his. That's pretty cool. 81, the John Marshall Monarchs uniforms. And 76 tops with the Cardinals. John Curtis. Here he was traded to the Cardinals from the Red Sox. John Curtis. They called him Doc. He coached in Charleston, West Virginia for a while with the West Virginia Power. I think when they were a Brewers affiliate, single A affiliate. I think that's when he was there. And got involved in the men's tennis league. Everybody called him Doc. Pretty good in tennis. 77-year-old. He was a left-handed pitcher, as you see right there. And pitched about 15 seasons, 70 to 84. First 4 with the Red Sox, then he got traded over to the Cardinals. Finished 89 and 97 overall, mostly as a starter. Also worked as a reliever. 2 weeks there, 15 days. 15 days, no fee for Doc. Doc Curtis. And up next, St. Paul, Minnesota. And this one's light. No index cards in there. There's Gary Mielke, Milky Way Galaxy. And this is the first time here on the channel. Nice autograph. Blue ink. 90 Donruss, or 90 upper deck, 90 tops, and 91 score. Right-handed pitcher. As you see, 62 years old now. 3 seasons altogether, 87, and then back to the minors in 88, 89, 90, back in the big leagues, all for those Texas Rangers. Finished just 1-3 overall, and that one win was against who? The Rocket Man, Roger Clemens. So not a bad victory if you're going to get one. Get it over a potential Hall of Famer right there. That's also 15 days. 15 days, no fee for Gary Milky Way Galaxy. Boston, Mass. Moving right along here. Boston, Massachusetts. Boston. There's Jim Lonborg. Earl Wilson, Dean Chance, both no longer with us. That's an airbrushed hat there for the Tigres. Lonborg, 1967 pitching leaders. Tied with Earl Wilson. Earl Wilson, yeah, that's an interesting story there. He was a catcher in the minor leagues, and they switched him over to pitcher, and he was obviously, as you can see, 22 wins. Excellent hitting pitcher. Used to pinch hit him quite a bit. I think he may have a record for home runs by a pitcher. Jim Lonborg on the 79, and then there he is on the 66, just before that huge season he had, Boston Red Sox, where he won the Cy Young Award. 22 wins, 9 losses, and led the impossible dream Red Sox to the World Series. Ended up losing, but through no fault of Lonborg, who actually threw a one-hitter in the World Series game, believe it or not. Jim Lonborg, who the photo was Sam Malone on Cheers. That was actually the photo of Jim Lonborg back there behind the bar. But he became a dentist after his playing days. I wonder if he knew Gary Cuozzo, orthodontist and a dentist. Look at that. 157 and 137 overall record, 1,500 Ks. And like I said, all-star there in 67 when he won the Cy Young and led the league in wins and strikeouts. And injured his knee in a skiing accident after that great 67 season and never was the same. Could never get back to his pre-injury status, but that's a quick return from him as usual. 7, 8, 9, 11 days, no fee for the dentist, Dr. Jim Lonborg. North Texas, Dallas, Texas up next. Is that taped? Didn't trust my Dollar Tree envelopes. Yes, it is. See if we can slip through there. I may have to do it like Chris and Chris cards. Here we go. There's Bob Lilly, the GOAT. No wonder he taped it. He's quite the man. Oh, yeah, yeah. Look at that upper deck. 74. Hall of Fame 80. It's beautiful 72 tops in really nice condition there. And that's a 66 Philadelphia, I believe. 74 tops right there. The GOAT, the best defensive tackle of all time. Which, believe me, it's the biggest bargain in TTM history. You're getting the GOAT defensive tackle for $5 a piece. I've seen him $20 in 4 cards. And there you go. Get him back quick. Beautiful signatures always. Quick returns always. And Bob Lilly, the myth, the man, the legend. I had that out to Joe Green, his only possible competition for the greatest defensive tackle of all time. Some will say Merlin Olsen. Yeah, I'll give you Merlin as a nice number 3 to Joe Green and Bob Lilly. Can't go wrong with any of the 3. But there he is, 86 years old now. 14 seasons, 61 to 74, all for those Dallas Cowboys. And think about this. Those all-decade teams, I always say, are riddled with Hall of Famers from top to bottom. He made the 1960s all-decade team. And then he only played 5 years in the 70s, but he still made the 1970s all-decade team. He's one of those rare players. I think there's only a handful of guys who made 2 all-decade teams. He was also on the NFL's 75th and 100th anniversary all-time teams. So, amazing, legendary player. Loves to sign TTM. Don't sleep on the GOAT. He's 86 years old, as I said. $5 per as a gift. 2 weeks there, exactly 2 weeks. 5 per, 14 days. Boom, Bob Lilly. We love getting him several times here on the channel. St. Louis Mo. Coming up next. St. Louis Mo. Randy Martz. There's a first-timer. 82 Donruss, 83 Donruss, and 83 tops. Randy K. Martz. 69 years old. Right-handed pitcher. As you can see, for both Chicago teams, he pitched 4 seasons, 80 to 83. First 3 seasons as a Cubs legend, as you see on all 3 of these cards we got back from him. But then he finished up his career across town, South Side, White Sox for a season. 83. 14-0 as a South Carolina Gamecock. 14-0 his final year in college. And then after his playing days, became a college coach, including being the head coach at Lewis and Clark Community College for 30-plus seasons. Finally retired at the end of 2021. Had a really nice career there. 3 weeks, 21, 20 days. 20 days, no fee. First-timer, Randy K. Martz. The last one here, South Jersey, New Jersey. Who's coming from South Jersey? I'm from Jersey. You from Jersey? What's exit? Don Money on the 71, the 76, and the 74. 3 out of 3 from Don Money. He is money. It seems like we just got him. 78 years old, third baseman. 16 seasons in the major leagues. 68 to 83. And he played 1 in Japan just to make those folks over there happy. 1984 season over there. Really great defensive player, and not too bad of an offensive player either. 4 times an All-Star. How about that? He's on the Brewers Walk of Fame. Put him right there. And then this 70 will go right here beside the Milky Way galaxy. How about that? 4 times an All-Star for free. I'll take it. And went out quite a bit. Let's get off record and count those days, and we'll see back. 42 days to be precise. 42, as you can see there. He started his career with the Phillies, traded to the Brewers, and became a Brewers legend. 4-time All-Star, no fee, 42 days. Dawn money. So what'd you think? Let me know down below. As always, I'd love to read your comments. We try to do these TTM videos every time we get TTM returns. Usually on Mondays and Thursdays, we'll post videos. So stay tuned for that. Tomorrow, I think we have another slab reveal from the full service in June. So make sure you tune in for that one. If you missed the last time we posted a TTM video last Thursday, I'll leave a link to that right there. Thanks for being with me today. We'll see you soon.